We're back with our Germany 1930 campaign. We're about 6 months into the war, exactly 6 months. We just finished up with June. There was a single cruiser-on-cruiser duel here in pretty much in Brest Harbor, of all places. As far as I know, France is neutral in this war. Yet the battle happened. The British guy sank. That was the final straw, or at least the beginning of the final straw for the king and the prime minister. The war hasn't been going very long. There hasn't been time for big economic impact in either way. But this string of victories that the much smaller but well-equipped German Navy has been inflicting on the Royal Navy has apparently turned political opinion, public opinion against this war pretty quickly. And we've already been offered a peace treaty. This was our goal. We have a much smaller fleet, a smaller economy, but they haven't hurt us much yet. And we achieved what we wanted to do: a short war that would discourage Britain from bringing its long-term advantages to bear. We got that. However, our battleships have not seen action. Kind of wanted to give them a chance to do so. So for now, we refused that offer in the hopes of our larger ships getting a chance to join in. In order to make that perhaps a little bit more likely, we've upped our operational status of our 5 battleships from in being kind of a potential threat to we're putting them out there at sea control. They're going to sea more. They're going to patrol more and see if we can't instigate a little bit larger battle. Maybe this is a bad idea. Excuse me. This might be a bad idea, but I don't think so. Let's see what happens as we go into July. War continues. No transports lost either side. Apparently, one of our cruisers has gone all the way up into the northern part of the Irish Sea, above Liverpool, close to the Scottish border, and has happened upon a British light cruiser, the Medusa. Not the battleship action that we were hoping for, but it is an opportunity to ensure that the King and the Prime Minister don't change their minds. And their opinion continues that this war is not such a hot idea. We are at 9.2 kilometers. There is every... I keep forgetting to turn my torpedo off. The likelihood that he's not going to change course until he's all the way over here is pretty much nil. We know he has electric torpedoes, which are slower but harder to spot. And we know that they have probably about a 12-kilometer range. There are probably torpedoes already in the water. We can't tell yet because the ship is not fully identified. We're not going to close the range any more than we have to. At the moment, we're getting pretty good hits. Accuracy is, well, it said like 5%, but I think that's because we were turning. Why is that so low? Conditions aren't ideal, but they're not terrible. Cruise speed. See? Turn that bit did back there actually threw off his computer. So a little bit just so I can keep the cursor on. Big boost from tech and tower. Hull stability and tower. A little bit of crew training. This ship is still. No, he is. Yeah. The ship is at green. His ship is still at cadet level. A few little relatively minor dings from weather. Same conditions he has. There's another torpedo ship. No, it's because he's juking around so much. That's what's throwing off our accuracy, as well as he's in a smoke screen. He's reloading torpedoes right now. Giving him a pretty good torpedo solution. He's about to have his underwater tubes loaded. Let's go ahead and much worse geometry for his torpedo solution. He just took an engine pop, taking some flooding. His main was fired again. So that torpedo would have been aimed kind of this way. Down to 14 knots, even at cruise speed. I don't really need to speed up anymore. 19% chance to hit. It's because he's slower, and because he's not maneuvering as much. Getting a lot of ricochets at this angle. He's got his stern pointed toward us. There's still a few hits, but let's up the damage a little bit by going HE. Each individual hit will be probably less damage, a lot of partial pins, but there will be more hits for some damage, vice ricochets. Plus, it's a light ship. His armor's thin on it. Oh, there he goes. Almost 1,000 victory points. Another light cruiser down. And Admiral Shear took very little damage, if any. 22. Yeah. And that was right up in here next to near the Isle of Man. All right. Now, having put all of those battleships in sea control, plus we've got a couple of repairs going on. They're short term, but they do cost. We're actually in, we've got a negative. It's temporary, but with sea control on the big ships, we're running a monthly deficit at the moment. But we've got a huge account built up here. We could do this for a long time. So we can let that run for a while. On to, oh, just make sure we don't need to move anybody. Nope, looking good. All operational ships are in the North Sea. We're still, our closest constructing ships are still 10 months away. I think this war will be over by the time Mecklenburg and Lippe hit the fleet. They still want a peace treaty. Nope. And I pay for that by... okay, so we lost a couple of transports. Okay, out here, pretty much out into the North Atlantic. Another heavy cruiser battle. I think that will be a... we'll see that in the next episode, I think.